There. There we go. Now we can go fishing.
Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the difference between as you have a look at the game, I'm not expedition or even a place like what do you feel looking at you want to play or we go the main difference and what responsibilities are typically expected of you if you
Yeah, we got a big old head.
What was the deal that you guys want to get from big old goals? I think you can play the most you are effectively. You don't see a whole lot of damage. What a point.
Got a big old.
Ratio with the light stuff. Now this is a bit of an unusual combo because it's been ratio is using that to damage and trying to jab the enemy a lot. No, the reason behind this is that ratio offers a lot of escape options. So in PvP, you can't really do the same thing with a template with Fawn. You can't expect the enemy to attack you. Get in front of them, maybe call them nasty names, say things about their mother, but it's not going to be quite the same as a full-on Fawn. So healers typically run a ratio that way as well. that is because AoE healing is generally quite easy to pull off, and you don't really need that much in the way of single target, unless your tank is very, very good at their job. Usually they take that multiple people are taking damage at the same time. That's where your tank big expeditions are the flank healing because they have like AoE that fire resistance, explosives, etc. So AoE healing is often needed. It's also very common in expeditions, especially with base expeditions on the higher levels where people play with melee weapons, fire cannons, bows, rangers, missiles on the side. These guys all stack them up like a this something with because they're all grouped up nicely together like that, depending on all your skills, grab them first, healing, or it does a nice big possibility of healing your melee players all that area. However, if you are playing with friends or players, you prefer to play with both. They want to consider changing this over like red. I would drop a build that maybe does a little bit more again, to get out there. And then we have the choice to go to Beacon, dropping it down to here. Different PvP, I would say all this sort of cooldown. You have a chance to yeah. It's a lot more common in PvP that the enemy players will choose one player and they'll just focus on them and try and kill them as quickly as possible. So having that burst healing to react as opposed to AoE healing is, again, it's not very common in PvP that they're doing blanket damage. Usually is more, at least if you want to be impactful, you're saving another healer or another DPS or somebody who's on the point. You're trying to save them from dying. So running a single target heal, I would recommend you go for. Also, I think Beacon, because it gives the movement speed increase, movement speed is a lot more important in PvP than it is in PvP because it allows your teammates to get in and out of the action. So this is typically what I would recommend taking for an upgrade. If we put these final points in here, we'll get rebound, we'll get blissful touch, we'll get our final upgrade down here. And then we have quite a few choices here. We can remove debuffs, we can go for intensify, we can go for a soul. I haven't really played too much with this because it is a newer passive. I think I'll probably lock in something like this. And that would be my go-to for PvP. However, if you do prefer, if you find it easier to just go for Flash of Light, you could run the same build. PvE. Light's Embrace, I typically don't find it to be as good. Divine Embrace, there is a perk called Refreshing Divine Embrace. We'll get to that a little bit later on. It gives you a better cooldown to the ability, which means you can use it a lot more often. So that's why I like to go for it there. But Light's Embrace does give stamina, which is pretty important in PvP, being able to have stamina, allows you to dodge. But again, I just like the cooldown and his burst healing with Divine Embrace. So this is our PvP weapon mastery recommendation. Moving over to attributes, again, there are a few discrepancies between PvP and PvE. Something that I would say is baseline for all healers, regardless of what content you're doing. You want to run at minimum 150 focus. If you're using a life staff and you're not using 150 focus, I feel like you're doing it wrong. The reason behind that is 150 gives us 20% extra outgoing healing, which is just a big deal. So that's the minimum amount of acceptable focus that I would recommend. But typically, in order to be really effective healer, you want to be going to that full 350 mark. I would say somewhere between 300 to 350 points. Obviously, this is going to require you to be max level. You know, this is when we're level 65 and we have a lot of high ES4 armor. So if you are, again, newer to New World and leveling up over 150, that's a good spot to get to, and then you can sort of your extra stats into Constitution or maybe Intelligence. If you're playing with the Void Gauntlet, you want it to do a bit more damage. The second most important stat for us as a healer, though, is Constitution. I would say priority number one is keeping our teammates alive, and then priority number two is keeping ourselves alive, because if we die, we can't do any healing. So, again, I would recommend 100 Constitution is going to be the minimal acceptable amount of Constitution for most players. Unless you're very experienced, you might go below that, but 100 Con is what I would recommend to go for. However, in PvP, I do think 150 Constitution is something that you want to aim for, because that makes you take less critical damage. This only applies in PvP, by the way. You can only get hit with crits in PvP. In PvE expeditions, there are no crits. This is something that we'll probably cover in a separate video, but just to make you guys aware. So this doesn't do anything in PvE other than just give you more health. But obviously, having a bigger hit pool means you're less likely to die in one hit. So 100 con, 150 focus, those are your baseline stats. After that, as we move to level 65, when we get good gear, we want to be playing ideally between 300 and realistically 350 focus, 100 con for almost any content, 150 for PvP. Strength just to make my flail damage. Again, as a healer, damage is not your primary. That's not your goal. You're there to keep people alive, and you can do damage as like the third objective. So number one, keep people alive. Number two, keep yourself alive. Then number three, maybe contribute to damage. So bearing that in mind, most of our stats are going to go down here. Priority on focus, followed by Constitution, and then if you feel like you could put them towards strength, intelligence, maybe even dexterity for some very weird builds. But that rapier build that we talked about earlier, no dexterity for that. Again, that rapier is just there for its escape option. Another important aspect in the role of healer in New World Aeturnum involves your equip load. This is calculated from the individual weight of each armor piece that you're wearing. So you can see right now I'm at 12.7, which is just under the medium equip load. If I go ahead and put a slightly heavier armor piece on, so right now we have a light helmet, but if I put a medium helmet on, you can see I move into the medium threshold. The medium says your dodge is a quick half, dodge stamina cost is 50. We don't really care about that. What we do care about is when we go ahead and put that light helmet back on, we get the second line down, outgoing healing plus 30%. As we covered just earlier with the weapon mastery and the attributes, anything that says we do more healing, we typically want it. So 30% extra outgoing healing is a big deal, which means that you do need to be wearing some combination of armor pieces that is going to keep you in that light equip load. The go-to that I recommend is to wear a medium chest, and then everything else is going to be light. The reason behind this is if we go for a light chest, you can see we're still in a light equip load, but this light chest is providing us with less overall armor. So our armor rating just behind my camera down here, 723, 657 for physical and elemental. And if I go ahead and put that medium chest back on, we now have quite a bit more armor, 930 physical, 849 elemental, but we're still in light. So there's not like a difference between being in light and then super light. It's all light equip load, it's all medium, it's all heavy. So yeah, just be careful when wearing heavy armor pieces, because even like just one or two, like if I put this heavy chest on, for example, it's going to really break things. This moves me into medium. And if I keep going and I wear some like heavy legs as well, and I put on a heavy helmet, you can see I've now moved into a heavy equip load, and that actually gives you minus 30% outgoing healing. So that's bad. When you do less healing, very, very bad. So stay away from heavy at all costs. Medium, you typically want to avoid as well. Aim for that light equip load, and the best way to do that by default is to go for a light helmet, a medium chest, and then everything else light. And you can maximize the amount of armor that you get while still maintaining the 30% outgoing healing bonus. On the topic of gear, I want to briefly go over some important perks and gems that will also help you as a healer in New World Aeturnum. Now, this is stuff that you don't really need to get too hooked up on as you are leveling up. So if you're in the lower levels, you're 20, 30, 40. But once you get around like level 60, you start seeing some legendary pieces pop up. And I hope you guys start off with the life staff. One very important perk on the life staff is Bless. It says 12% outgoing healing. So again, as we've covered previously, if something says you do more outgoing healing, it's typically good to take it for the healer build. And Blessed is just a very straightforward example of that. There is also Savior and Desperate Prayer that increase outgoing healing. Those are a bit more conditional. They require you to be below a certain amount of mana for Desperate Prayer, or the enemy has to, not the enemy, the ally has to be under 50% HP, and then you heal them for more, whereas Blessed is just 12% extra all the time. Another thing that you can do with the life staff, and again, this is going to be more towards the late game, you can put a gem into your life staff. So if I hover over here, it'll ask me if I want to put the gem in. I already have a diamond in here. It's a rune glass diamond, which is, again, this is some very high-level late-game stuff, but typically just aim for a diamond. The cut pristine diamond, which is the tier 5, is the strongest tier, but any tier of diamond will increase your outgoing healing. This is the only gem that you can put in a weapon that modifies your healing. And if it gives you more healing, again, it's good. So Diamond in the Life Staff, Blessed as a perk, and ideally you want to be looking for Refreshing Move as well for more cooldown reduction, and then any of the Life Staff weapon perks. So Fortifying Sacred Ground, Mending Protection, Keen Beacon, Refreshing Divine Embrace. Those are going to be your ideal perks. But as you're leveling up, you want to be looking for that Blessed Life Staff and the other important priorities. Put a diamond in it, and ideally look for a Refreshing Move as well. When it comes to armor, some important perks to look for, I would say just focus on getting Refreshing initially. The more armor pieces with Refreshing, the better, because this gives you cooldown reduction. So if you have 4 pieces of Refreshing, I actually have 5 on this gear, which is a bit weird. It's over the max. 4 is the most you can have. Any after that, they don't do anything negative, but they just don't do anything at all. So 4 pieces at 4%, do some math, that's 16% extra cooldown reduction, so our abilities are available 16% faster, which is good. Also, this enchanted ward perk here, which says you take less damage from light and heavy attacks, that fulfills criteria number 2 of a healer, which is not dying ourselves. So Refreshing allows us to fulfill the role number 1, which is to heal other people, and then enchanted ward is the role number 2, which is to make sure we don't die. And then the third perk, it's a little bit, it's kind of up to you. Slash Conditioning gives us more damage reduction. There is also a new perk coming into the game, which I think is going to be more of a PvP thing. It's called Hastened Vigor, which will pop it up on the screen here, or Hasted Vigor. It'll give you some movement speed, that'll help you a lot more in PvP. But yeah, typically you want to be looking for Refreshing, Health, and Enchanted Ward are also great perks. Freedom is going to help you in PvP to take less damage, Shirking Energy for more stamina. But again, just to keep things simple here, because we are going to do a full deep dive healer video, and we'll put a link to that up in the top right. The base perks are, look for Refreshing, look for Blessed on the Life Staff, put the Diamond in the Life Staff. And also, when it comes to the ring, there are some very important perks here. Sacred and Healing Breeze are going to increase your outgoing healing capacity by a good amount. Typically, Hearty is something you want to look for as well. This will give you an extra dodge roll. So without a Hearty ring, you're only going to be able to dodge twice, and then you run out of stamina. But with a Hearty ring, you can do 1, 2, 3 dodge rolls before you become exhausted. And that can help you a lot in both PvE and PvP in terms of staying alive.
Here's this month's YouTube Shorts round.
Criteria number 2. So we're now going to talk about the role of...
Check out our longer roundup linked in this short for even more news and updates. Here's this month's YouTube Shorts roundup. Your viewers can now search from comments posted to your shorts. Popular search terms found in the comments will appear as clickable search shortcuts. Tapping a shortcut will lead to a Shorts filtered search. There's a new Shorts Trends page on mobile. You can find it while scrolling through Shorts. This page is updated daily with the latest Shorts trends. You can now customize and edit your Shorts thumbnails. You can select a frame and add a text or a filter, even after it's been uploaded. To create your custom Shorts thumbnail, go to the Details page for your new or existing short and tap the pencil icon. Try it out. Shorts templates are here. When you see a Shorts trend you want to recreate, you can easily do it by tapping Use Template. The template will automatically add the same audio for you and a breakdown of how to match your clips to the audio. Tap to add or record clips matching the time show. Once you're done with your short, tap Done. You can now opt in to get notified when your favorite artist drops new music. Tap the Notify Me icon from their shorts to try it out. Links are on link. Check out our longer roundup linked in this short for even more news and updates. Here's this month's YouTube Shorts roundup. Your viewers can now search from comments posted to your shorts. Popular search terms found in the comments will appear as clickable search shortcuts. Tapping the shortcut will lead to a Shorts filtered search. There's a new Shorts Trends page on mobile. You can find it while scrolling through Shorts. This page is updated daily with the latest Shorts trends. You can now customize and edit your Shorts.
Oh, oh, you're a magician. You got the door open. Inside the car. Oh, you started it. Check the radio station on an island.
¿Qué pasa si tú vas a la cárcel y no estás aquí con permiso en este país? La próxima vez te prometo, no me importa un coco que tú dices que de la excusa, la próxima vez que tú tienes un positivo por alcohol, te pongo ahí y te voy a poner tu fianza extremadamente alta. ¿Me entiendes, Metas? ¿Qué pasa si tú vas a la cárcel y no estás aquí?
Without this, you're going to struggle. You have to go around and make sure that you're constantly doing lots and lots of damage to the enemy to get them to focus on you, or doing lots of that also says you generate 150% more threat. What that basically means is the enemy, when you're attacking them, they just think you're more aggressive. You're only hitting them for 100 damage, and they kind of think you're hitting them for like 200 damage. So you're not. It's a good thing. So this is a very important
Are you betrothed to anyone? I'm struggling to convince Nabi to get married. She mustn't meet a horrendous fate. I would...
How are you adapting to this land travel? My mother misses the Joseon court. She understood what was expected of her there.
basically no damage. When you're using a power shield and you're in full heavy armor, it does go a long way. But you can hold that block for a certain amount of time without really getting in trouble. You can stay alive for a very, very long time. If you imagine the life trap healing you as it goes on, the basics of living life, right? You just walk in, the reason behind this is because it's fairly new. You can get in and out of the faster. This is an option in the background. You can get these quicker. Field brush is there because but there is a class over here called Fortifying Field Brush. It says when you hit wood, it's a very good ability. Finally, we do have our taunt ability over here. Roll, it reduces incoming damage. Increase damage. Get one other. Like pick up includes 30 shields, which is llama, that have elemental resistance, which is take down magical damage, Below is going to generate more threat, recuperation to increase that healing, defensive training, more fortifying of the block, you get more armor, and good, very running, shields that I do like to pick up some shields before the as well, so our status is very good when you heavy attack to your whole trigger, or 30% kind of damage increase. Follow up with that. So as long as you do a heavy attack with your weapon, both multi-back to damage, but then you reduce the enemy's precision, more damage, more damage. Although staying alive is important. So make sure you are going to cover this first. So you can't use the sitting there over block over. It is important that you do well, especially that was who we were going to use a little bit disrupt the enemy. The reason behind this is because it's pretty actually slow down here, slow the enemy, go back and go stun, before this, and they just don't on this, so we're doing that these, and which is stun duration by 1 second. We've got 3 seconds stun over here, we have a stagger, which is basically like an interrupt, so it's slow, another 30% slow over there, it's also staggers the enemy when you look up, so we have 2 staggers, 2 slows, very, very amazing. You just see somebody of the enemy from miserable, you can just go in with it. If you find a healer in the background, you can reach and strike into them. then hit them with the shield rush, then hit them with the shield rush. Basically, you can't take the whole game correctly. It's expensive. Alternatively, if you're fighting for the point, after here, you have the choice to go against the defensive formation or leave the weapon. You expect to go for. I would again be inclined to go for a defensive formation. This is really new. You want to see to take quite a lot of other things over here. Within the system, because you like again to increase our damage, so we've got one last one over there. Interested in the first. This is Check it over to the Warhammer real quick. I think you could use both of these setups and both and again activations. This is pretty good. We've got our structures, it's also weaken the enemies and the damage they do. Clear out. If they get knocked down, so they have to get knocked down the enemy, and you're just down instead. And you spread them all out. Maybe we've got armor data, which is from a very powerful gun, reducing the kind of armor, making the take a lot of time. Also take that, it's really that important. This is going to come in great and easy. And then we can take this from other factors that I think will help either help us take less damage or help us do more damage with healing. But again, there is quite a lot of flexibility with what you want to go through here. The big change that I would make for this, if you were going to do the structure of the document, all that would put a clear out for Passive Destiny, just to give you a little bit more range on it. Use Passive Destiny, hit the ground with it.
Good meeting last week in Pleasantville, New Jersey, and this is a condition that Mr. Brown and the Reverend Bradford. They're making more glasses. But I had a gentleman there who set of the making of this, and he took on the letter this new down, and it fit him very well because he didn't know what he was doing. I got things on about God, what you call God living triangles. You know,
You can now add a poll sticker to your shorts. Once you're done recording, tap the stickers icon and choose poll. Then, enter your question and possible answers. Select a color to customize it. You can also pinch and drag the sticker to adjust placement and size. Once your short is published, viewers can tap to choose an option and see how their vote compares to others. We hope this helps you engage with your audience, giving you more direct feedback and ideas. Try it out. You can now add a poll sticker to your shorts. Once you're done recording, tap the stickers icon and choose poll. Then, enter your question and possible answers. Select a color to customize it. You can also pinch and drag the sticker to adjust placement and size. Once your short is published, viewers can tap to choose an option and see how their vote compares to others. We hope this helps you engage with your audience, giving you more direct feedback and ideas. Try it out. You can now add a poll. Once you're done recording, tap the stickers icon. Poll. Then, enter your